and thanks, Jess, for getting us through the day today. Such fun conversations and people and friends and new faces. So it's been a really great day for that. I'm gonna get my screen share cooking here. Looks like there we go. Boom. All right, and I'm gonna change this direction a smidge. Good, are we seeing bright colors here? Buttons, okay, good. This is not cooperating, so there we go, it's better. Well, good, yeah, we are going to be talking, I'm gonna be talking fast today, ladies, so I hope you're awake. I hope you're like, got the coffee. You probably don't even need the coffee because we're gonna cover a lot, and I'm excited to have y'all here. Again, a lot of people, when I talk to them, it's either I don't have the time to do what I need to do when it comes to social media, when it comes to my marketing, or I just don't know what to do when it comes to those two things again, right? So time and expertise, constantly what I come up against with my clients, with anybody I talk to. If I did have the time, I don't know what to do. And if I knew what to do, oh no, that was the wrong button to hit, sorry. There we go. Okay, and if I knew what to do, I wouldn't have the time to do it. So that's where I am here to help people, again, make this change and get on a track of getting things under control, knowing that the work is getting done, that it's really important work, and that somebody is doing this for us. And that's where I come into play. I am a done-for-you marketing agency. So it's branding, it's website design, social media, email marketing. And today we are really going to be focused on social media and why to be active on social media. Now, a lot of these slides are going to have a lot of content like this, and I'm just not going to have a lot of time to go into these because I could talk for 20 minutes on this slide alone, but I will not do that for you all. But again, why do you want to be on here, right? And social media is such an amazing outlet to educate the world on your expertise. It's just, again, you have knowledge and you want to share that knowledge to solve people's problems. It's not always just about, hey, look how great I am and look how great my business is and look how great my clients are, but it's about your people that you're working for and what you do for them and how you're changing their lives. So anything you can think of that you do in that respect, how do you bring that to your social media? How do you bring that to your marketing? Point 4 here, Google recognizes your activity for organic search rankings on your website. Everybody's like, I need more SEO. I got to get my website up. Guess what? You do social media, it's going to help you do that. So there's a lot of things that social media activity does you may not even be aware of, right? It can bring attention to events. You can help find staff, employees. Obviously, a lot of the social media platforms, they'll all take your money. You can advertise. So before we go into a lot of this, I want to talk about the marketing recipe is kind of what I call it, right? We all know the story of the jar and how do you get all the rocks, the pebbles, and the sand into the jar. Again, can't just put all the rocks in and then expect to get a ton of pebbles and sand in because you fill a jar with the rocks. So you layer in some rocks, put in some pebbles, put in some sand, put in some rocks, pebbles, sand. This way, really those rocks serve as the foundation, okay? This is your website. This is your relationships, right? These are the things that make up the business, your word of mouth referrals, right? This is the foundation of your business. Now, pebbles are things you do maybe once a month, okay? These are things that are helping your business grow and be better, but you're not putting a constant effort into them, right? 12 times a year, 24 times a year, maybe. These are email campaigns. These are phone calls to clients, right? You don't pick up the phone every day and call your clients. You maybe block off a couple days a month and call some clients. So that's the pebbles. Now the sand is what we're going to be talking about today. And that is the social media. It is something you can do to fill the cracks. It just works its way through everything. You can do it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week to get the attention of people and stay top of mind. And so thinking about what can I do literally every day if I wanted to get the attention of my people. And that's the sand. So that is really the social media. So when we roll into this, we need to have a plan, right? I mean, I'm sorry, who's going to give you 5 steps to something and not tell you the first step is create a plan, okay? We're here doing that again today. So again, let's look at some numbers, right? 79% of the US population has a social network account. I actually did a presentation, it was for Parks and Rec departments last week. And we used an example of the city of Lakewood, and they had like 2,000 followers on their Parks and Rec page. I mean, I'd be happy to have 2,000 followers. People would be happy to have 2,000 followers. We looked at that number, 2,000, to the population of the city of Lakewood, and 79% of that population, it was 1.3% of the population of the city of Lakewood made up those 2,000 followers. So we're like, here I thought 2,000 followers was good, but it's like, I only got 1.3% of the population following city parks. Like, city parks are great. People want to know about pretty places and respites and places to go. So there's always room to improve your exposure on social media. Facebook obviously has the lion's share of people on it. Instagram, about half of that. However, you're getting more engagement on Instagram than people are seeing on Facebook. So there's trade-offs in the numbers. LinkedIn, much lower numbers, but you're getting a very high level demographic, very high professionals. So picking the platforms that make sense for you is something you want to do in your very first setting up the plan, right? So many avenues. Maybe you do education videos and you just want to YouTube galore and post them to Twitter. That could be an outlet for you. So again, looking into all of these and seeing what makes the most sense for you really is going to help impact your plan. So when you're going to do on social media, you're going to do two things. You're going to post content and you're going to engage and interact. And if you think you're just going to post content and not engage and interact, you're not going to see as good of results. Okay. And if you can just engage and interact and not post content, well, people don't know what you do. So you have to do both of these to be successful on social media. So what to post, right? Again, I mentioned this first, you have to solve your clients' problems. Stop talking about yourself and start talking about your clients. So 4 types of content I like to do. And again, get a piece of paper, write these at the top of the piece of paper: educate column, inspire column, behind the scenes, connect community, and think of what you do to educate people in your business. And you could probably brainstorm 10, 20 things, right? Go off the form from the talk earlier today and pull those into your social media planning. So how can you use these to develop some great content? Now, what to post on social media? Again, kind of following that framework, right? Branded images, something of the moment, right? Maybe you build things and you're like running a saw and there's sawdust all over and it's a video. Like, that's really exciting. I think of Suzanne Mitchell, right? I want to see some screen printing happening. I want to see big things come out of a plotter, right? I want to see cool behind the scenes things that you just don't see everywhere. You don't see it on a website. Professional photos on your iPhones. Stories are great. Those are available for 24 hours. That's another class. We won't get into that in this one. Events that you're hosting, right? These are all great things. Again, types of content to post. So when you're doing this, you really want to be consistent. Content is king, consistency is queen. I like 3 to 4 times a week. Don't stress having to get a post a day out. It's a lot of work. I don't even do that I've backed off on my clients. I'm like, how about 2 to 3 a week? 2 to 3 weeks, good. 5 is just too much. It's a lot when you're doing other things in your business. So start small, build your way up, create a content calendar, think about what you're posting. Scheduling programs are great, and always review your analytics and see where you're coming in on your posts. So number 2, like I said, we're going fast here, guys. And I'm like checking my time. I'm like, ooh, speed it up even more, Kim. Number 2, you want to be sure to use your hashtags, okay? Hashtags, let's all think of Justin Timberlake on Saturday Night Live, right? It's the pound sign, okay? Use your hashtags. You get 30 hashtags, and hashtags are basically a keyword, okay? They help you be found. If you can only do business with people in a specific area, let's say like Alicia, Roots to Roofs, right? You're in Lakewood, you're in Golden. You're not going to do a landscape project in New Jersey. So hashtagging landscape, dream garden, outdoor living, that's good, but that's going to get you a huge breadth of exposure. You got to zone in on Lakewood, Colorado, Lakewood roofer, Lakewood, Golden, Colorado roofer, and again, not a lot of people are following those, but some people are, and that is going to potentially get you the people that are local to your business to help you grow your business. Placement, you can do this in the post itself, in your content post, or you can do it in the first comment. Either of those, it's a personal preference. Some people don't like to expose their hashtags. I love hashtags. I love reading them. I like one of them right up in my content. I'm like, ooh, what are your hashtags? I want to see what you got here, You do get 30 per post on Instagram. And if you have a really good one, and again, if your business is global and it doesn't matter where your clients are, let's say like summer fun, summer vibes, and it's one that you know tons of people are following, you want to get exposure for, use 3 to 5 different iterations, right? Marketing, branding, marketing consultant, social media expert, whatever those are, put them in your post. But boy, here is, oh, I love this example. One of our clients. So again, not a ton of followers, maybe 400 or 500 at the time I posted this or screenshotted this. What I need you to be concerned with here is this post that we did. Here's the hashtags on the right? It was deck design, outdoor living, cities. 557 accounts were reached. 79% weren't following this account. This is Instagram, okay? This is not Facebook. You're barely going to get your Facebook people who are following you to see your post, let alone people who don't know you. So on Instagram, that's why I really like Instagram. People who don't follow you can see your information all through the use of hashtags. It is so, so, so important. So on this post alone, 436 people out of 600 here, 557 saw this post, but they weren't even following this company. So the power of this group of hashtags is huge, 79% huge. So I need you to really understand, 2 or 3 hashtags, that's fine, that's good. Do 5 next time, right? Do 10 next week. Try to think, have a little word file of all of your hashtags you like to use, pick and choose which makes sense to your content, but use your hashtags, please. Momentum mover number 3, we need to tag accounts, okay? Tagging is the @ symbol. And again, when we're tagging, why are we doing this? Well, we're tagging it to connect to somebody who maybe has more followers. We're tagging it to get attention to our account from other accounts. Again, if Beth was doing something about me speaking today, she's going to tag at AEC Consultant Group. When I tag a post of all the great ladies in one of the sessions earlier today, I'm going to tag at She Leads Group. So again, people following She Leads Group is now going to get a little bit of a insight to AEC Consultant Group. So we're hitching our wagons up to other accounts. And anytime you can do that is a great time to do that. Associations, events, products, clients, guys, 3 ABC. This is like the mother load that nobody does. Even my clients, they're like, "Ooh, gone too far. I'm not going to call my clients and get their permission." Like, nope. But I'm like, but what if you got Tom and Tina's backyard, beautiful pictures of the landscape you designed for them, and all of a sudden you could tag them, their personal accounts in that. All of their friends are seeing what you did for them. And that, my friends, is where social media can just explode on you. And again, a lot of people just don't want to take the time, take the effort, get the permission, get the photos. Is it okay? Yeah, it sounds like a hassle, but if you had a great Cherry Hills project and you want 10 more of those next year, I'd go through the hassle to get some great projects like that. When you're at sporting events, concerts, why not tag, Britney Spears in your post? Like, I'm here with you, Britney. Like, why not? I've never seen Britney Spears. No idea why I'm using her as an example, but I mean, I'm more George Strait, but anyways, that's a whole nother presentation as well. So tags, again, Jess, you're cracking me up. I'm seeing you when I'm presenting here. You're cracking me up. Tags. So again, be local. This is an account we manage here in Lakewood. We oftentimes will recognize different businesses. So again, we tag them in here, right? I was at a golf tournament with Associated Landscape Contractors of Colorado. I tagged the organization, I tagged the golf course, I tagged myself, I tagged my partners, tag my personal account, right? I use my hashtags. So as much as you can tag. And I admit it's the one thing I forget, I forget these things. So just make sure you can do that. Now, momentum mover number 4, make sure you are engaging with accounts, okay? You gotta be present. Instagram, Facebook, they know how often you're on here. They know how long you're on there. So you really want to make sure you are being there at least 5 minutes a day. Comment, drop emojis, thank people, monitor your page. Weird people post stuff and it can happen. So if it does, delete it. You definitely want to connect with companies and clients, right? Social media is a great way to, for lack of a better term, kind of pry into people's businesses, right? They're putting it out there. I'm going to learn what they're doing. I'm going to get a little bit more information. So when I do reach out to them, I can say, wow, you guys are volunteering at this organization. That's a really special organization to myself. Like, let's build that conversation and start a relationship before we talk sales, before we talk marketing, that sort of thing. And momentum mover number 5, you need to be sure to use your following, right? I literally found an account last week and it was like a city, so it made sense. They don't usually follow a lot of people, but they had, 2,500 followers and they were following 0. Usually they follow 2 or 3 people, right? Like 9 News or something like that. No, they were following absolutely nobody. I was like, oh, what does that look in your news feed? I don't even know what that equates to, but we want to teach you to use your following. This is, again, it's not rocket science. This isn't published in a book. This isn't something you search online. This is just something when I get on people's accounts, I can see where they have a breakdown, right? Where they're maybe spending a ton of energy and not getting a ton of return. And so these are kind of red flags that I've experienced when I'm working with clients. And now what I know people can achieve by, not maybe actively following people, but just by posting content consistently. If you post 3 times a week, you should be able to grow your following 30 to 50 people a month at a minimum. If you are actively following people and kind of being strategic on who that is, you could grow your following 100 to 150 people a month. So, and these are just organic, right? This is not purchasing people across the ocean to follow your account and be engaged, because they really aren't engaged, FYI. So we have 3 different types of people here, and we're going to kind of go through these real quick. We got Spammy Sam on the left, right? Spammy Sam is so in tune with how Instagram works. He's like, I'm going to follow everybody, and I'm going to get about 5-10% of them. They're going to follow me back. So when I look at Spammy Sam's account, I'm like, whoa, you've posted 6,800 times, and you got 68 follow and 15. Okay, yeah. You follow everybody, and good for you. And again, no one judges. Well, I mean, I'm in the business of doing this for people, so I might judge a smidge, but nobody's getting on your account and like, oh, I shouldn't be their friend because they're following 6,800 people. No, it doesn't work that way. But again, if there's guidelines for you to try and follow to get more success, that's what I'm trying to do here. So Spammy Sam, he follows everybody. He has so many followers, okay? Then there's no following Frida, right? She's like, I got 400 followers. I'm following like 100. Again, I've seen that number at 20. I've seen following at 5. Well, if you don't follow people, like take some advice from Spammy Sam here, no following Frida. If you follow some people, you're going to get more followers. Like that's a goal, right? You want to grow your following. Then you get Works Hard Will. Oh, bless Works Hard Will. Okay, so Works Hard Will, he's posted 800 times. He has 150 followers. So, boy, I mean, that is a ton of posts. That is literally a post a day for 2.5 years. And he has 150 followers. I think month 1.5, my mom and my sisters and my friends, I had 150 followers, right? I'm like, what are you doing that's not working? And so when I see this account, I want to reach out to him. I want to have a conversation and understand what's going on. Now, he's not using his following either, right? We've learned that. So if there's some stats and facts here to work out, your followers, okay, I don't know if you can see my little hand here, your followers should be 2 times the number of your posts. And it's okay, again, if it's not, but it's a good litmus test, right? If you have 556 posts, you should probably have 1,100 followers. And that is just organically by posting content. Again, if you don't, not a big deal, but that's kind of a red flag, like, hey man, I'm working a little hard here and I'm not getting the feedback I should be getting. So how can I tweak? What can I do? Use your hashtags, use your tags, use your following. These 3 things will help those numbers get better in balance. Your following, okay, on the right, I would try to keep that no more than 2 times your followers, okay? When you're just starting out and you maybe only have like 60 followers, yeah, use that number, follow 500 people, right? Follow 400, it's okay. Now, when you're in the, 600s of followers, yeah, you can have 1,200. You don't need 2,000. You don't need 3,000 that you're following. Because again, you start leaning towards that Spammy Sam. So these are, again, just guidelines I've created that could set off a red flag in your mind, like, hey, something maybe isn't working right for me. Here on Works Hard Will, it's funny. You know what's going to get put. This is a very curated look, we'll call it. Okay. There's a video, there's a statement on an image. All the colors are very much the same. And a lot of people like this kind of look. I know what these guys are going to post before it even hits the ground, because I know what they posted 3 times ago. And like, that's their sequence, right? Video, image, another image, video, image, image, video. It becomes, predictable, and people don't really engage with predictable. And there's actually been a lot of studies where a curated look to your Instagram account actually gets less response than like the gritty reality of like just random pictures and random colors. Like, gosh forbid you're not in the same color spectrum for everything you post, right? So there's a lot of real authenticity that is getting rewarded on a lot of the social platforms. As much as people think like, oh, only the influencers, right, are working at this level, not so true. So who to follow when you're using your following? Obviously your clients, your hot list. Imagine if you commented every day on the client you wanted to work with on what they post. Do you think they'd start to know, like, who is this person? Who is this AEC Consultant Group that literally comments every day on what I'm posting? If you can engage with them, they're going to start noticing you. And then when you make a phone call in 3 months to introduce yourself and kind of talk about your services, they're like, I know you. I've seen you around. Oh, have you? That's strange. I don't know where. Oh, maybe those posts that I comment on every single day. Relevant product suppliers, right? You definitely want to follow them. Organizations, your competition, always follow your competition. See what they're up to. See what hashtags they're using. I was meeting with my golf instructor guy friend last night, and he's like, what's hashtag Denver golf instructor? We looked it up, right? And there were about 1,000 posts. And I would say 2/3 of them were one guy that he knew. And I'm like, he doesn't own hashtag Denver golf instructor. Like, you can get in this game, like, right? He's been using it. And I'm like, why don't you get in this? He's like, I like that idea, So just these little changes to what you do. Professional organizations, always great to tag those. Consumers that are local. Maybe you have a hot spot in your neighborhood. I think of like New Terrain Brewing Company in Golden, right? Who goes to New Terrain Brewing Company in Golden? Well, people who live in Applewood, people live in Golden, people live in Arvada. If you follow that and see who's engaging on their post, do they maybe live in Arvada, Golden, and Applewood? Yeah, probably. Do you do roofs in Arvada, Golden, and Lakewood? Yeah. Oh, should you maybe start friending these people and engaging with them as a following and see if maybe they follow you back? So when a storm hits, yes, you should. And that there's tons of ways to really grow a geographic following that will help grow your business. Again, use your following. We already kind of talked about that. So, oh my gosh, I think I'm almost on time. Yes. Gaining momentum with your social media. Again, let's to recap here, the 5 steps. Make sure you have the plan, okay? Know where you're tagging, know where you're posting, know how often, which platforms. Use your hashtags. Again, you do get 30 of these. Tagging people and accounts helps your account get exposure by connection. You definitely want to engage with other accounts. Again, the more you engage, the more people notice you and get you feedback and exposure, and then use your following. Goodness. Okay. And of course, I mean, I like Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Did I say I like Facebook? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. YouTube, I have some great webinars on there. If you want to pop in, LinkedIn, email, phone. And seriously, guys, you can call me whenever. I'd love to just, hey, I got the sticking point. I don't know what to do. Give me a call. I'd love to just throw out ideas to help you try and move your business forward. And I do have an expo offer and all that. So definitely pop in. No more rooms, but it's on the expo page. So you can definitely check it out there. I got an offer for the expo and then also a drawing we're running. So I'm going to sign off and stop talking.
Thank you, Kim. Okay. So I have one question. We're going to go back to the beginning when you said, you have to start with a plan. What are the 1 to 3 things we need to have to start making that plan?
You need to understand who you're talking to. Like number 1, right? Who is the client I want to gain the attention of? You need to understand where they are, kind of what their demographic is. That's definitely going to influence which platforms you're choosing, and how you're doing it. And then really diving deep into planning your content. What are the inspirational, educational, behind the scenes, connect to community? What are those content ideas that I can put out there? So understand your client, because if you don't understand your client, you could be putting out all kinds of stuff and they're going to be like, I don't care.